I don't think he's.
There you go.
Music.
How's it going, folks? I didn't have the music queued up, so I guess we just going to start out dry.
Well, it'll be fine then.
Yeah, there we go. This is Daryl
We're about to go in dry
Tracy
anyway
Schmidt.
because I'm gonna go ahead and share a video link up on the.
Hold on, we got to do our intros.
Well, all right.
This is Daryl Qualls with Andalusia Armory.
Tracy Schmidt.
And Sean Carter. This
We're-
is Shop Talk.
It is Shop Talk. What, episode like 6 now?
Yeah.
So if you're listening on YouTube, on Facebook, or on gun channels, you just have to deal with this little bit of promotion thing real quick. You can go if you're checking us out on YouTube, and let's just go ahead and say that everybody is. You can go to our Facebook at www.facebook.com/Andalusia Armory. You can find us on gun channels. Let Sean explain how to do that.
Gunchannels.com/Andalusia Armory. You can go to gun channels and sign up. It's free to sign up. You can check out us as well as tons of other gun related podcasts. You can also find us by going to the main page and scrolling through the featured
Yeah, and that's the one up in the top
featured
left.
channels,
I think
top
it
left hand
is.
corner. Yeah, and you scroll through and find us there. But or you can just ask somebody in the
Chat.
in the general chat out there.
Yeah.
There's always a text chat going out there, and you ask them how to find us.
And now,
if you want
which
to.
I guess if we take it to some people may just be listening on Facebook or just on gun channels. You can go to www.youtube.com/Andalusia Armory, and they can listen to past episodes. Which maybe it'll do that from. Can you do it from gun channels?
It only stays up until the next
one.
episode. Yeah.
Okay, so you missed last week by about 15 minutes. Then,
Yeah.
right,
Well, about an hour and 15 minutes.
hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, because I changed it out about an hour.
Always give yourself about an hour and 10 minutes. If you're listening to Shop Talk, it lasts a pretty good bit. We got some good funny stuff that happens.
Oh, not tonight though.
No,
There's going to be some serious.
Well, I mean, some people might find it funny once they get to the end, and once it's all said and done, they might laugh at it, but
Well,
it's not going to be in a good way.
Yeah.
we're going to post this video though. I think if you're listening on YouTube or Facebook, they should go to gun channels and check this video out.
Yes, you need to check this video out. So
Yeah,
you know
If
exactly
you're
what
listening
we're
on
talking
YouTube
about.
or just listening through the feed on where it pops up on the Facebook, go over to gun channels and come to our channel over there and watch this video.
It's only 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's a little over 2 minutes long, and then and while people are watching this, Daryl's got some other things he wants to promote.
Yeah.
So let me post that video up real quick.
Yeah,
and,
go.
there we go. You guys give that a watch, and just make sure that that you watch it. Maybe watch it twice. I mean, it.
Yeah, you might not catch everything the first time.
Oh Lord. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about something good first. Watch the video while we're talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got to have the volume up on that video. Turn that video volume down.
The volume really doesn't matter. I mean, there's a couple of things that they say in there, but when you get done watching it, you'll realize that what they say don't mean much anyway.
There's this great. He's a really good fella, JC Burdue, and if you're looking for him on Facebook, you can look him up under BERDOO. He's put together this cool concert series, and the coolest thing about it is it's all the way across the country. It looks like it goes all the way to the East Coast from the West Coast, and then hooks around and goes all the way back to the West Coast.
Wow.
And they're adding dates to it, so there's no telling how big this thing could get.
Getting real ambitious.
Yeah. Well, it's real. You know what I mean? And it's a real good cause too. I guess we should probably let people look it up on Facebook to find the details on exactly.
Yeah.
But
we're not good with details in our memory.
Nah. But what it does benefit, and it's a very large percentage. It could even be 100%, and I think it is. But let's let our listeners check it out for themselves. But it benefits veterans. And anytime you get somebody, and I tell you what too, man, Perry, the guy helping him with this, he's really throwing down. He's doing all that for free.
Yeah.
And he's a serious professional promoter. This is a guy that you see doing serious trade events and stuff. But so what it is this concert series. There's going to be bands traveling around with it. There's going to be a lot of local bands involved. As a matter of fact, we have the honor of hosting one.
Yeah,
at
right
Militia.
here at the shop. Back at the shop, we're going to have the concert.
It's going to be great, and I think it's going to be in October the way it's looking. And what's happening is we're getting sandwiched in between Florida dates and Texas dates.
That kind of works because we're in between Florida and Texas.
Yeah, it gives them a stop. We got the big warehouse in the back, so it
Yep.
gives those guys somewhere they can chill out for a little bit, you
Yep.
know.
And if it's going to be in October, we won't have to worry about heat stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And it'll be nice and cool back there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the guys will have whoever's out actually. And I guess there's some guys from Kansas coming here. They're already talking about that, and some other bands.
Cool.
Which now JC's band's going to be playing too. And that's big stuff.
Yeah.
This dude is a serious musician. If you want to see some just straight up, just badassery, if you can't make the Andalusia Armory date, get on again. JC Berdoo, Berdoo. Go in there and find a date that you can go to. And as a matter of fact, some of the West Coast dates are already sold out.
Great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, it's a really cool thing.
We need to, when we go back in and edit the description, throw those links in there.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah. So once the
Once we're done.
once the recording is up on YouTube, we'll have the links to that.
Mm-hmm. The JC
Yeah.
Berdoo stuff, the tour dates.
Yeah, and,
And,
I had to take my headphones off because I was
don't forget
getting
to mute
screwed
it.
up with
But
You like
causing
hearing,
me to stall out.
you like hearing
trying
that
to talk.
echo?
well, yeah, I love that echo, don't you? It
Yeah.
makes it sound like we're space age. But anyway, there is web presence. There's Facebook. He's got some Twitter stuff, and there's also just a straight dedicated site. So there's a lot of
great.
concert dates and a lot of good stuff. So check it out. So do you think we've talked for 2
think
minutes and
Tannerite
6
and
seconds?
lawnmowers are having a little problem right now, Dr. No.
Do what?
He asked if Tannerite and the lawnmowers were going to be performing.
Oh, yeah. No, not tonight. We got more foolishness.
Wait just a second. That sounds like a really good band. That sounds like a really good band.
It does.
I bet it's heavy metal. Well, I've locked our door.
I bet you that show goes off with a bang too.
Yeah.
Hey man, it may take 30 shots, but hey, whatever, you know what I mean? Yes, we're making fun of that guy.
He deserves to be made fun of.
Hey,
Yes,
we're not gonna put a link to that.
No, I think everybody's seen
Matter
that.
of fact, I don't want to promote that at all.
No.
You know what, man? I've got a good feeling that this thing that we've been promoting today, this video,
Yeah.
I believe that's probably going to have 100 million views by tomorrow.
That'd be
Well,
cool.
Yeah.
in a
as long as all the comments are
in
the
a
right side.
serious don't do this ever kind of way. Yeah, I hope it does, because that's kind of a what not to do kind of moment.
You know what? I'd like to set this up if y'all don't mind.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Okay, so for everybody, before I start this, all you YouTube bad boys, this is complete sarcasm to the fullest. If you must call it satirical, what I'm about to say. If you think that it's a good idea to hand your buddy a rifle, and while he's running toward the target with his finger on the trigger,
While
push him,
firing,
push him to the ground, and then you and your buddy hold him down while everyone else screams at him,
and shoots a handgun 6 inches away from his head into the ground, 6 inches away from his head.
if you think this is a good idea, you should join these guys and
Yes.
stay away from us.
Yes. And you may be one of the lucky ones selected through natural selection.
Yeah, well, I think we just broke away from satirical straight to this is brutally honest what
Yeah.
we're saying.
Yeah.
I don't even know how.
You hear us chuckle now and again. It's just because we just can't believe how.
And I just want to say
I don't even know a word.
that, people that are listening right now, I hope you've had time to watch that video
If you haven't, do
and
it.
and
On gun
thoroughly
channels.
let it soak in. And guys on gun channels may have heard me talk about before, some people that I've seen, some groups that train that do stupid shit, and they roll around on the ground and shoot at stuff and have this is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been talking about.
This blows away.
I haven't had video of it before, but
that's because
now I have video of it to show you guys.
That's
what
because
I'm talking about.
you never stuck around close enough to get video.
Well, no, you know what, man? Out of all the roll around like a barrel and do a mag dump just because you think it's a good idea stuff that I've ever even heard about, this takes the cake. Larry Vickers, the Russian, Spetsnaz
that
video,
thing, that video that he showed,
that has nothing on this.
Oh no, it's like they watched that video and decided that they were going to incorporate that into their training
without thinking about safe direction.
Yeah, I mean, this is not Mortal Kombat or Mario Brothers. This is real life stuff.
Yeah.
If a man gets hit with that handgun round
6 inches from the back of your head.
Well, there's one point in this video that we've watched this several times over the course of the day. There's one point in this video where where he goes to the ground, the guy follows him and follows up with a couple of shots from his pistol. Actually, 3 shots, I believe.
No, it's 2 back to back.
The first 2, at least that first shot is a negligent discharge. There's no way around it because you can see him stumble as he falls to his knee.
Yep.
And that gun goes off.
Yeah.
That nobody can tell me that he intended to fire that round. That round still ends up about 2 inches from that guy's elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not if you'll watch that whole video, there's one run and then a second run. That second one zooms in.
Yeah.
You know, that second you know what? They're all negligent discharges, every one of them. But that second accidental negligent discharge that goes off, that pistol is no more than a couple inches. I'll tell you what, we'll do this. Tracy, tell these folks what happens when a pistol is in the mud and it's fired.
It's going to blow up. I mean, I've seen some pistols that have been blown out. Mags get blown out. Extractors get blown out. You know, sometimes a trigger. You know, the guy that's shooting the gun is usually got some cuts on his hand at the most, maybe a sting, right? But I tell you what, you do that 6 inches from someone's head, there is always the possibility that chamber is going to fail or some of the slide's going to fail. I mean, depending on the gun, how open the slide, the ejection port is, you could have pieces of brass coming out. It's not good. Not to mention whatever's in the ground. Yeah, that's flying all over every direction. 360 degrees from that barrel. That's 6 inches from that man's head.
And with a semi-auto, it can get real ugly. I mean, I've seen revolvers that pretty much what happened was the piece of lead exited the barrel at some point after, swelling it up, putting a hole through it.
Yeah.
But with semi-autos, you usually end up with pieces of that slide missing.
Yeah.
It went somewhere.
That turns into a frag grenade.
Yeah.
Depending on the gun,
goes into the operator.
Depending on the gun, I've pulled. Well, we had one semi-auto that we had to replace the barrel. We had to use a press to get the barrel out of the slide. And when I say a press, 20-ton press. And when we did finally, we looked in the barrel and sure enough, there were 2 rounds in it.
Mm.
I don't know how that barrel didn't blow up.
No, me either, because it was stressed to the max. And literally you could look at it and tell, okay, this thing.
That was a
Smith & Wesson SWVE40 or something like that. SW40VE.
Yeah, that's a strong action. I'll just say that.
Well, we was talking about too that it just so happened that it looked like it swelled when the slide went forward.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, backwards. And it just
the slide was only back maybe a 1/8 of an inch, so you still had the webbing of the cartridge, and it jammed up. The barrel swelled up in the slide and jammed it up. That price saved them a little bit. And rapid fire, boom, boom. Yep, first one ejected, fine. Ooh.
But these guys in this video, and by the way, as you're watching this video, I'm sure people are going to try to figure out who this was. We don't know who it was. We don't want to point a finger in just one direction, But what we need to remember is while we're watching this and saying, wow, they're idiots, is this shit happens all over the damn place.
Yeah, all over the country.
And anything that we not, we're not gonna,
If you're in
we're not giving anybody credit or shame for this.
Not
Just
yet.
Put it that way.
Now, if you're in a group that practices similar to this and you don't have an NRA, a military, or law enforcement range safety officer or chief range safety officer laying out the course of fire, going over the pre-fire drills and explaining what's going to happen, and other ROs that just stand there and watch, you really need to find another group.
Yeah.
Well, they explained what was going to happen.
Yeah,
It was just the
yeah.
what was going to happen was very dangerous, and these guys are not top tier elite operators.
Dude, you know what, man? Straight up, James Yeager, Larry Vickers, and probably Tomar is probably 3 of the most extreme classes that you can take.
And they're not going to shove a gun
They
6
would
inches from
never
your
do
head at
any
the
of
ground.
this. I
No.
mean, the kind of stuff that happened in this video is the kind of stuff that happened a few weeks ago in that class of Jaegers that,
No one got hurt.
but somebody could have.
Yeah.
And that was like,
Extremely
Yeah.
controlled.
well, what I'm saying is that was a negligent discharge.
Yeah.
It was.
And this entire video was a negligent
Yeah.
discharge.
Well, now I'm going to say what happened with Yeager's class ain't nowhere near this.
Oh no!
The other thing I'd like to say about
was
that
something
was-
that happened
that was also a
shouldn't
rogue.
have happened, but it also it was
That was a rogue lesson from
Yeah.
an instructor that was not supposed to be given that lesson.
Yeah.
This here is a bunch of dumbasses
Yes.
Yeah.
that either know better and don't give a shit, or don't know better and somebody needs their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, everybody standing around there is a dumbass, because if I'd have been on a range or even gravel pit, someone's field, I don't care, and something like that started happening, I'm gone. I'm out of there.
yeah.
This is just, I just don't understand.
I mean, I have 15 years. I'm a NRA certified range safety officer, NRA certified pistol, rifle, shotgun instructor, New York State certified hunter ed instructor, firearm course. I have instructed 12-year-olds up to 80-year-olds, men, women, girls, boys, disabled. And I can tell you, I was on our club range one day. We had 2 RSOs, myself and one other RSO. It was a family day event where they were using the range. I came up after work. My fellow RSO was up there running things. I saw things that were wrong. I informed him. He half-assed corrected half of them and let it fall right back into the way it was. I spent a whole 10 minutes there and said, hey, Bill, sorry, I'm out. I'm not going to be responsible for this range today. It's your responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be condoned.
No.
Any like, and I'm pretty sure that the activities you've seen was nothing like this.
No, nothing like this. No. I mean, we had a couple kids that were shooting semi-supervised and were going around crossing the firing line. It was, even though it was a 1 and 2 lanes down from the person firing, that's just unacceptable. Oh. And Daryl's trying to get rid of some buzz, killing some of those overhead lights.
The light's killing me, man.
Oh, it's killing you.
Yeah, my eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, there's no excuse for that kind of behavior of negligence.
No, and I don't know what kind of
And-
training these guys might have gone through beforehand, but if I was going to put someone through some kind of training like that, they would have some serious firearm safety class training and range training. Then I would put them through some simple drills, one at a time, just to see how they were. Then I'd put them through a complex harassment drill by themselves on a clear range before I'd let them get in a group like that. And you got to keep the group moving in the same line.
And then we'd be using simunition.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't-
no,
I mean-
first of
I
all,
mean-
I'm not going to be firing live ammo at the ground with the gun 6 inches from his head, the
Oh,
bullet
no,
landing 6
definitely
inches
not.
from his head. It's going to be blanks, and I'm going to fire into the air or toward the backstop with the blanks.
Yeah.
I mean,
As far as I would go, would probably be something like simunition with an approved gun and safety wear for
Yeah.
everybody involved.
Yeah.
yeah, these guys didn't have side shield,
Yeah.
ballistic glasses on. They didn't have earmuffs. We don't even know if half of them had ear pro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? It's horrible. And by the way, we're not against 3%
live fire
movement
or live fire training.
Yeah, or live fire training. We're not against militia groups that are doing the right thing, being responsible. We're not against 4-H clubs doing something, being responsible. We're not against any of that stuff. What we're against is you taking people that feel enough for your cause that you're pushing for, that they want to work with you on it, and you going out and literally putting their life at danger. I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Forced training and stuff like that, yeah, it's there for a specific reason, but that does not mean that you need to fire the gun just a few inches. And I'm talking about
6 inches from the guy's head and from the ground,
Well,
shooting at the ground, 6 inches away
That
from
guy
his
didn't
head.
look like he was real comfortable.
no, he didn't.
Even doing that drill without anybody
Yeah,
on him. He didn't look like he was that comfortable with that firearm.
yeah.
And then they put him in that situation.
Yeah.
And that was just stupid. The way that thing went down.
If you're going to go through training like that, you need a few years and build yourself up. You got to make sure you can control your gun, everything. I mean, that's not something you go out and do after 6 months after you get a gun, or 6 months after you decide to start shooting again when you haven't shot for 4 or 5 years.
No,
This is advanced combat training, and it's only for, man, even a lot of the
Special
professional
forces don't do
shooters,
that.
even a lot of the professional shooters I know don't do that crap.
mm-mm.
Even some of the hardcore self-defense guys, that's just not done. You might see a blue rubber knife against a blue rubber gun in a classroom, to demonstrate how quickly someone with a knife can attack before you can even break leather.
Yeah,
But these guys, the way they were trained, it looked like they tried to do that with a real knife and a real gun on the range.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put it
yeah.
past them.
well, the other thing that killed me too, man, at one point, there's a series of videos, by the way. There's not just one.
Yeah.
There's a series.
There's
At
4 or
one
5 of
point,
those videos.
a child yells out, "Hey, Dad." I'm serious. Right before one of those drills start. I mean,
Yeah.
literally just a few seconds. You can just hear him before gunfire starts.
And that kid's learning to grow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And
What that kid learned there. Yeah. I hope in a year or two, he gets some common sense and goes, "Oh my God, that was stupid as hell."
you know what I hope that kid does, sincerely? I hope he blocks it out of his memory.
Okay,
Probably won't happen, but I hope he goes home and he gets on YouTube, and at least everybody says don't take your training from YouTube, but I hope he watches a few Larry Vickers videos, or for that matter, a few Jaeger videos, or somebody that will tell him this ain't okay.
Yeah.
Because he obviously is not going to get that at home. And a point you were making a while ago, I was going to say something, but I was letting y'all get finished with that. If you ever feel uncomfortable at a training facility or the
Leave.
backyard, you stop. You stop the
Yeah,
exercise, you
exactly.
get in your vehicle, and you leave.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and fuss about getting your money back.
And don't worry about what your buddy at work's going to
No.
call you the next day, because you're going to be alive and in one piece with no holes.
And there's 100,000 of us that's going to say, "Good job,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Come train with us.
Yeah.
Come shoot with us."
Yep.
It's
The best shot you don't take, the best shot you make is the one you don't take.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't. It just blows my mind that nobody at no point stopped that.
Yeah. I can't.
It blows my mind that these guys in orange shirts bought at Walmart with a magic marker or crayon RSO drawn on their back. If these guys happen to watch that video and hear us talking
I
about
hope they do.
it, I'd love to take a baseball bat to your head, and then I might let you in my shop.
No, it's not. We can't condone that.
Yeah. That,
You know, it's like Sean said a while ago, even if they're not certified trainers, even if they're none of that, they are the
They have put
responsible party
themselves-
at the facility.
they've put themselves in the position to be the ones that are,
That's why I want to beat them upside the head.
Yeah. Now, I
they're
mean,
supposed to be maintaining order and safety.
Yeah.
On that range, even if it is a private range, that's the role that they have taken and given themselves.
It could be a field out in the middle of Wyoming. I don't care.
see, I was about to bring that up when you know, me and some buddies go down and we shoot the steel targets and whatnot, you know, and it's just some friends around, and I see a friend doing something he ought not be doing, or see him about to do something. I'll call it right then. Hey, hold on just a second. Don't do that. Let me show you.
Yeah.
And I'm not a range officer or anything like that, but I am a responsible gun owner.
Yeah. And that's the problem. Guys like these that you see in this video, and the fact that they videotape it and then put it out there for the world. That's what everybody thinks every gun owner's like now.
Yeah. This is ammunition for anti-gun guys and girls. This is ammunition for the White House to say, hey, you know what?
Yeah, they're not responsible.
Oh yeah, that's one of the first things that.
Here's the thing, man.
That's first thing when I watch this video. It's one of the first things I think.
Why can't we keep the idiots away from the TV cameras after a tornado, or from posting their own stupidity?
And it just blows my mind too, because as far as it goes, it can go all the way down local level. What if the county sheriff sees that video and goes, okay, no more shooting in our county?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What happens if there was a law enforcement officer present at that thing? Really?
Wow.
I mean, think about it. There were enough people there. Someone could have been.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even worse. What if there was a personal injury lawyer there? Just so he'd be just salivating. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, Daryl. Yeah, he was just seeing zeros rack up.
It's just, I really can't wrap my mind completely around it. I said today to some of my buddies, you know, I cannot wrap my mind around what happened there, because every time I start to think about any one little piece of it, there is not a single instant in any of those videos where something positive happened.
Well, every time we watch that again, I find something else.
That's exactly what
I can't watch it
in that
anymore.
video.
I can't watch it.
I gotta show you the truck one.
Oh God.
The one where they're driving in the truck and oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
I mean, I'm not going to post
video
links to
was
all of
bad
these,
enough.
but if anybody is just, you know, just come in on gun channels and miss the link, just let me know and I'll post it again. But if you go to the originating page to the channel that has shared these videos, you can find the other videos, and
Please comment on them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can just say this, man. I watched 2 of the videos. I watched one of them twice, and quite literally, man, my heart was thumping in my chest. I was breathing hard, and I was shaking. I literally went into my office and sat down for a little while. I had to calm myself down.
Oh yeah, me too. I was extremely. Matter of fact, all of us, me, Sean, well, Barry and Ross, both of those guys were just freaked out.
Oh yeah, you should
Barry
have heard
was
us all
freaked out,
yelling
dude.
in here.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
Yelling at the computer, at the people.
you know, Barry is, you know, fairly recently, more recent than Tracy, you know, active military.
Chet also.
Well, yeah, Chet also.
Yeah.
And
Barry did a few private contractor tours too.
Yeah. And so Barry was just,
What the fuck? That's all that can be said about that.
yeah, he's just, I mean,
Man, you're gonna have to edit this a little more.
No,
normal.
we put on there.
We
This was
already-
a special edition.
yeah.
No, I mean when you uploaded.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when you upload it to the podcast.
Yeah, Lucky, if you're listening here, buddy, and Vincent, we'll scrub all these indiscrepancies.
I have a lot of beeps in here.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of beeps in
Yeah,
here.
something like this, you just can't help but use an expletive now and again.
Yeah, it's I guess the big thing is here, if you're thinking about joining any kind of group that's firearm related, regardless of what issue is,
Or if you're already in one.
if you're already in one, if you haven't been to a professional course yet, I can promise you there is one within driving distance that is reasonably priced. And as a matter of fact, if you can't afford training, I'm sure that a police officer in your area, an ex-military in your area, somebody in your area can show you correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe even somebody at a gun shop or
A
something.
nice,
could show you some
nice,
basics.
easy way to get some basic firearm safety training, and it's free. Take your state hunter education course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
even if you
free.
don't plan on hunting,
Yeah.
you still get a good
Yeah.
grasp of firearm safety is one of the first things.
And that's
that
the
they go
basics.
through.
If you get the basics out of that class and never let go of those basics, you'll always be safe.
You know, I think I want to clarify something too. We're not condemning stress tests. And like Tracy said a while ago, we're not condemning live
No, but
fire
that-
drills.
But those are things, those are advanced.
Yeah.
Those are very
not-
advanced, and that ain't it.
That is not
Yeah,
advanced.
you work your
I'm
way up
sorry,
to it. I
that's-
mean, you start bowling. You're not going out for the professional bowlers tour
No.
your first 6 months. You start playing guitar. You're not in a rock band in 3 months and cutting gold albums.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people, and people are going to say this too. They're going to say, well, if you're training for something like that, you have to live fire train because you have to be in the situation, right? Well, let me tell you something. Training with airsoft or training with the simunitions is just as effective as doing that.
Yeah.
Because nobody's shooting at you anyway. You're not in threat of what those guys were.
Yeah,
in.
those
those
were, hey,
guys-
man, that guy was getting shot at. I'm
that,
saying.
that guy was in grave danger.
Yes.
But
I mean,
most live fire drills, you're not.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's just about acquiring your target quickly and doing your thing, there are
under some pressure.
yeah, there's and people are going to say you're not saying that. Them airsoft people's crazy, but
They're
you know what?
safe.
They're safe and they're not.
I used to think paintball guys were crazy too. Those things leave a nice little welt and bruise, but odds of getting killed, very low.
If you want some, you know what I just thought about? If you want some serious tactical training, get you 7 or 8 buddies and put 2 law enforcement agents on both teams and go to the paintball range.
Yeah.
Don't do this.
Or guess what? Your barn. Hey, practice an entry drill. Put some guys in the barn with paintballs. You get outside with paintballs and go for it.
There you go. If you get hit,
With
you know what
full
happens.
face gear.
Yeah. With proper PPE. And that's what we say about everything that we do. You should always use proper PPE, and that's personal protective equipment.
Yes.
yeah, always.
Man, and I know I'm dragging us the other way, but that thing messes with my head so bad, I don't know how long I can stay close to it.
Well, I mean,
I know. I'm running out of ways to describe how.
well, every few minutes I have it go through my head. Nobody has said anything to this effect, but I have it go through my head. I can hear somebody trying to defend that kind of training. And just like you said a while ago, but
that is
watch that video.
Yeah.
That specifically is not training.
No.
That's teaching somebody to do something wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not training.
The other thing,
That like you said, about
That's just reinforcing-
that Russian drill.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty crazy stuff in itself, and most people condemn that.
Yeah.
This
Is worse
is even that it's
because
even more dangerous.
you are reinforcing all the bad habits every one of the people have.
The 3 basic rules are tossed to the side on that video.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, it's complete disregard for human life. It is a complete disregard for the Second Amendment completely. It's a
Okay.
complete disregard for anything. There's nothing good about that.
Even our military fighting men, Marines and Army, when they're dismounting a vehicle, even under fire, they are taught to keep their finger away from the trigger.
Oh yeah.
Well,
You hadn't seen the vehicle one yet. Wait till you watch that one.
the guy on the far right.
The pistol holder.
No, the guy on the far right
Oh,
with the
the
long
gun guy.
gunman. Yeah. When he goes down, he alternates from being slightly in front of them to slightly behind them. And he is pretty much randomly
Sweeping.
sweeping his firearm as he fires.
Yeah, it didn't even seem like
And
they were
it
shooting
seems
at
like
targets.
his only, well, it seems like his only purpose is for fire to be coming from that direction.
Yeah. And
He's
that's
supposed to
probably the
be
setup.
somebody firing from that
Yeah.
direction.
And that's the other thing. As they advance,
But he keeps sweeping his firearm toward them.
Yeah.
And at some points he's in front of them, other points he's behind them.
Yep.
Mind you, while these rounds are coming off the ground, ricocheting to God knows where.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that one round in the one video, you can plainly see it ricochet under the guy that's kneeling. Man, if he would have been a half a second quicker,
Yeah.
it went right through his side.
the other thing, as that line advanced toward the dirt pile, first of all, there were no targets, so the whole drill was pointless.
Well, I think there were targets in front of the long gun guy, but he weren't.
Oh.
He wasn't. He was looking at the crowd. He wasn't
Yeah.
even looking.
But
at his
as
target.
they're advancing toward the target, no one stayed in line.
No, they didn't.
Sometimes people would be in front with people behind them, and then other times that it would switch up, and it was not controlled at all. There was no pre-planning, pre-drill.
No.
Well, they did.
Oh yeah, they
give
did
a-
tell him they were going
Yeah.
to shoot the gun right at his head toward the ground.
But it was going to be safe.
Well,
That's what
actually,
said.
they said that they were going to be shooting it
Away from him.
away from him. And at no point
Did he
did
point
I
the
see
gun
him
away
shoot
from it?
that gun away from him. He was shooting it right by his head,
Sean.
almost shot him point blank
The
in the
man,
arm.
had dirt flying in his face.
Yeah.
from the bullet, from the pistol, from the
also
the
had-
trainer.
He also had dirt being thrown in his face by the two guys that
Yeah.
were flanking him.
Well, Sean Trace, this is what I got to say about this. At any point, had he pointed the gun the other way and fired, he'd have been firing at the long gun guy.
Yeah.
And God knows who was on that side. But if you look at it from the other perspective, there's a video from the other side. There is people
Horseshoed around
horseshoed
this.
all the
Yeah,
way
there's
to
people
the
all over the place out
Yeah.
there.
man. I cannot wrap my mind around
No.
this. And this is not a controlled range anyway. This is a damn dirt
gravel
pit.
pit. Gravel pit.
And
dirt
if you
pit.
yeah, there is heavy machinery all around there. People say, well, they were being like they're shooting into the ground. Well, all that heavy machinery
Packs that ground down. It's just as hard as rock.
or bolts, nuts,
Yeah.
teeth off the front end loaders.
There could be rock in the ground. You don't know it.
hell a soda can.
Well, at that kind of distance like that, shooting directly into the ground like that, it's
Unless it's
easy
real,
to cause ricochet.
unless it's sand or real soft, damp ground, hard packed, dry ground. You might as well shoot at concrete.
Yeah. Yeah. You may have been shooting in water.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm dead serious.
it's that hard.
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. So please, for the love of all of us, for the love of the sacred Second Amendment,
Don't do it
Don't.
like these guys.
no.
I mean, this is highly advanced training that should be only conducted by highly advanced shooters with lots of experience. That's the guys training. And then the guys they're training need to have worked their way up to that level over a period of years.
Oh yeah. And people are going to say too, well, some special forces do this type of training. No, they don't. To start with, no, they do not.
I
No,
think
That
the-
does not happen.
No,
yeah, I think
when-
the closest to that is going to be
Russia.
those Russians.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
and everybody has already pretty much weighed in on that, called them crazy for it.
when the military's practice a breaching of a room or something, and you know there's going to be certain targets in certain areas and certain obstacles, they may set up a shoot room with those obstacles and mannequins that are friendly and enemy, but they don't stand in the room while their buddies come in and shoot.
No.
Now, is that going to happen when they get out, actually go do it? Yeah, but that's a different ball game.
You know what I wish we'd have done tonight? I wish we'd have got got up with one of our RT buddies and had them come over and watch that video and just see what they had to say about the training.
Oh, I know what they'd say about the
Oh, yeah.
training. About the same thing. That's advanced shit. I'm not even ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah, we don't train like that. Nothing close.
I mean, dude, it trips me up because one, this
Yeah.
is absolutely ridiculous. This is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just saying right now, they're setting it up like they're a unit.
Yeah. This is the bad thing about this is given every gun owner two black eyes.
Yeah.
Just like slob hunters make hunters Bambi killers. Hunters disrespect the woods and in the wildlands, by leaving trash around. Well, those hunters that leave their trash around and stuff like that and shoot deer out of season or any game out of season or take more than their bag limit, it's these guys. These guys are doing it for shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, you got slob hunters that ruin hunting for every slob hunter, you probably have 100 great hunters.
This is even worse than that. I mean,
yeah, they're endangering life.
Slob hunters would be kind of equivalent to people that leave their brass laying around on public lands.
Yeah, the point is, though, Tracy's saying
and leave trash.
It's one of those deals where they are detrimental to a particular.
One slob
but
hunter
in a different
or
way,
one
though.
group one slob hunter ruins hunting for all hunters. Everybody looks at all hunters like the slob hunter.
I think
this group, everybody who doesn't like firearms, and it's not the ones, the guys that are already anti-gun, they're going to stay anti-gun. You may be able to bring one or two over. It's the people that are sitting on the fence that don't know that these guys just pushed all those people to the wrong side.
These guys
of the
would be
fence.
more like the hunters that shoot at the bushes when they move.
Yeah, you're right. I see where you're coming from. This is an extreme example.
Shoot at a sound at a half hour after sunset into the brush.
No, hell no. No. These people are beyond what you're talking about. These are the guys that go to shoot at the bush, see a human being, and shoot it anyway.
Yeah.
No, I ain't gonna call them murderers. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far yet.
If you shoot at a sound in a bush.
No, I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about these guys. I was saying that they were like people that would shoot a person.
The one guy there, he's an attempted murderer. I'm just saying. It's just thinking you can hold a gun 6 inches behind someone's head, 6 inches off to the side, while he's laying on the ground.
Well, and moving forward.
And shoot.
And pushing him.
And shoot 6 inches from his head into the dirt next to his head. Yeah. If you think you can do that safely, that ain't safe. That's attempted murder.
What's the guys on gun channels got to say?
It was premeditated.
They're mostly just having fun with it. I mean,
I'm sure they are because they agree with us. I mean,
they're kind of poking fun at the idiocy of those guys.
We'd like to too, but it's a serious issue that's got to we got to stop people from doing this.
Yeah.
And by the way,
and especially since I'm not going to say where this was or anything, but it was close enough to us that it's an issue.
Yeah.
And it's something that I have brought up before, but I didn't have anything to show
evidence
for it, right? So it was anecdotal, at best before. It was just something that had come up. Yeah, so it was just something that had come up when we were talking about different types of training. And so people were like, kind of, it was, they took it kind of lightly because, I talk about these guys that, do things like this, roll around on the ground and shove each other around while they're shooting. And
they're beyond all that.
See, now these guys, this video is pretty much showing exactly what I've talked about. And, some people didn't.
Let's put a different spin on it.
Didn't take it seriously, but this is.
Put a little different spin on it. I did a little logging and ran a chainsaw for a while. I know lots of guys that do. Let's have some extreme lumberjacking. We'll take a bunch of guys with chainsaws that have never run chainsaws before, or
and
only
juggle them,
and we'll put them in a tree top that's down. A tree top. It's all tangled up. You ain't cut it up yet.
Yeah.
We'll get them running, cutting up, and we'll just go around pushing them around.
Yeah.
And have another guy running a chainsaw next.
And people just scream
right next to their ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone above them cutting a limb off so it falls close to them.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
I mean,
and the reason we're on this so hard is too.
Or hey, let's that game where you toss the water balloon back and forth and keep backing.
Oh yeah,
up?
like a hand grenade.
No. M80s. We'll start light.
Start small.
Yeah, basic training M80s.
Yeah, actually,
we'll move the advanced guys up to the hand grenades. And then when we really want to get serious, we'll pull the pin. You better catch it before that handle flies off, boy.
Hot potato for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's the reason we're so hard on this particular issue is because, like Sean says, this video will be used for years by anti-gun
If they
folks.
get a hold of it.
Not
Oh,
just
they
this
will. I
video,
promise
there's
you.
more-
We ain't the only people
Yeah.
that downloaded that thing.
And there's
I
more
promise
than
you.
just these videos out there, I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah,
there-
we just happened to see this one. It's
Well,
personal.
Yeah.
Well, there's more of them on the page. I mean, this was just the one that we picked out because it had
Mm.
several things in there that
yeah.
we could talk about.
You know what, dude? I'm gonna go ahead and go this far. I don't think there's ever been a video that hardcore, because if it were, we would have seen it on one of the forums, on Facebook, on something. I think
Yeah,
we may
I've
have
seen
discovered something.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah,
bad stuff before, but usually
not
it's
like that.
it's not to this degree. Most of it isn't, and it's just like one short clip.
Like the guy
of
that shot
doing
his
something.
almost shot his face off with a shotgun.
Oh my God.
But even
Well, there's one of those that's from a training or a safety video.
Yeah,
from
for
like the
Hunter
80s. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not real. It's
No.
no, but there are
no, there's one of
There
them
is
that's
one
not
that's-
real.
Oh, okay.
And you can tell it because the guy, like, he totally sees it coming. His hat has a perfect hole in it when he gets done.
Well, see, now
And-
there's another video
Yeah.
of a guy that actually did that.
Did
Yes,
that.
his hat is,
and you
I
can
mean,
tell
it's-
he had no
yeah.
clue.
Well, this one
because he-
has like a perfect
Yeah.
hole.
Oh no, that
It's
is what
like-
we're talking about.
You could tell they probably cut that hole out, and then because they probably didn't get it to shoot
Well,
perfect enough.
Let me grant you, that ain't staged.
No.
Oh no, that
That's real.
That wasn't blanks. I saw dirt fly.
Yeah,
this is on
we saw it.
the
ricochet.
level
We saw
of
it ricochet.
this is on the level of
This is Mario and Luigi shit, man.
I was going to say that it was pretty close to the, except nobody got hurt. The guy with the tannerite and the lawnmower, or
You know,
Hey, you know what? You know what? The guy with the tannerite and the lawnmower,
The
he only
preacher-
endangered himself.
well, no, he had a bunch of his buddies around.
yeah,
him.
there was
Oh, really?
there
Yeah,
was a bunch
4 of
people
them. I
there
think.
with him.
No,
Yeah.
but let me stop you there for just a second. I would like to say this. There is a possibility that guy with the tannerite was told something completely wrong from the place that he bought it from. Now there
And he
is that
didn't read the
possibility.
instructions on the tannerite.
Well, no, what I'm saying, well, he may not have been able to. He may not be able to read. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, because what he did ain't even a damn shilling toward this.
No, because one man shooting at another on purpose.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah. I mean,
I tell you what, dude.
I mean the injury,
I've seen.
but the possibilities
Yeah.
were greater here.
Dude, this is Disney
Then,
shit right
because-
here. The possibilities are limitless.
I mean, I've seen guys uneducated in shooting sports, and they may have taken an NRA course or something, basic course, and learned the basics, but they got their 38. They're playing John Wayne out by the barn. They're shooting at bowling pins. Well, bowling pins have one heck of a tough polymer coating, and they're hard maple. They will fight. They will shoot back.
Hmm?
Bowling pins will shoot a 38, a 9mm, a 357 back at you.
But people learn quick, and they don't do it no more.
I've seen some that wait till they actually catch a ricochet in the leg or
Well,
the arm.
now I got to say
but-
this. I have caught ricochet shooting speed stills.
Yeah,
But
it's
it
gonna
happens.
happen. Yeah.
It happens.
Well, you
And you're
probably
new-
caught spatter is probably
Yeah.
what you
No,
got.
I caught a straight. Well, was it here? No, I caught a straight slug.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Now
Now-
it didn't come out with no force to
Yeah.
do nothing horrible.
I've been on a range where I was the range safety officer during a cowboy action shoot, and one spot I was standing to observe the whole range. I had a couple ricochets hit near my feet. Well, they kept. I didn't stop the shooting because the ricochets went into a direction that it wasn't going to hurt anybody else. And the shooters weren't changing their position. So I moved. Well, when it came to the next stage, the section I moved to, I had a ricochet catch the tree that my head was 4 inches away from. And if I'd have been 4 inches over, it would have caught me right between the eyes. I then stopped the shoot, made them move their targets, and they weren't happy.
yeah.
because I wasn't letting them shoot in all directions anymore. And they didn't think it was fair.
Safe is safe.
But guess what? There were no ricochets after I had them move their targets.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't trying to say that ricochets aren't bad.
Yeah, no, they are.
They are. But I mean, if you're doing something like shooting steels or whatnot, you're going to catch one.
If you're in the shooting sports long enough, you're gonna be around an incidental discharge. You're gonna get a ricochet,
a dropped gun.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah, even if you do everything you can to position the steels where they're
And the splinters are real, by the way.
Oh yeah, the
those
spatters that come
out.
Oh yes, I've caught those before.
They will cut too.
Yeah, they will. One got my finger real good.
Well, even
if
it doesn't physically hurt, it's still going to burn you a little bit.
Yeah.
You're going to have a little burn spot. I mean, it may not even whelp up, but
even under a controlled basic training situation, I've had this happen at a hunter ed class. All the kids were on the line. They were all in the prone position. All the guns were pointed down range. We had a couple kids that had old single shot 22s that after you close the bolt, you have to pull the knob back to cock it.
Yeah.
And these 12-year-olds didn't have the hand strength. And they got the bolt halfway back. It slipped out of their hand. We had a discharge 5 feet in front of the firing line.
Yeah.
But and that was a highly controlled situation. Matter of fact, the student that did it was right in front of me. I was standing right behind him, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. He wasn't doing anything unsafe. It was just the type of gun he had wasn't a good choice for him.
Yeah.
And actually, after that, we stopped letting kids bring their own guns or grandpa's gun, and I supplied the whole hunter ed class all the time with Savage Mark II bolt actions, AccuTriggers, that when they shut the bolt, it was automatically cocked for them.
Yeah. That's a good
and that ended those discharges.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and throw an endorsement real quick. If you are from the South Alabama and Dothan area, if you want to learn how to acquire targets and shoot quickly, go see Dan Mitchell at the Dothan Gun Club. Go over and talk to him. Get into what those guys do. Get into some speed steals and whatnot like that. Bring all your buddies. If y'all all got the same patch, bring them over and y'all start shooting speed steals.
But and if you
that's the place where you and Barry go shoot sometimes.
And if you're new to guns or want to get into shooting speed steals or something, but think you need a little brush up on the basics,
Dan Mitchell.
No, what that or if you're around us, come here.
Come see us. Yeah,
I'll sit down with you at the table and then we'll go out back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of times. First time buyers, I'll sit here and go through the safety stuff, and Tracy will talk.
I don't have them out back, let them shoot the burn.
Yeah, I don't have to give you the full blown 12-hour course. I can give you an hour or two of instruction, send you home with some material, and you're going to be a lot better off than.
And we have done it for free, over.
All the handgun courses I taught in New York. Every single course I taught was free. The only thing you paid for was your instructional book, your book.
Yeah, we're not against people making some cash training, though. We're not saying that.
Well, and you know what? Being a certified instructor, traveling to different places, taking the time out to set the course up, do all the paperwork, do the advertising.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
If you don't have a club that lets you use the range for free, you got to pay for range time. Insurance. I have to have insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave the classes for free because I love guns, firearms, and the Second Amendment and the Constitution. I want to see everything continue.
Well, the other thing is these guys giving serious tactical training. They're wear and tear on their guns, wear and tear on the truck going forward.
Wear and tear on their range, the equipment, not to mention, they've gone through the basic training, intermediate training, and advanced training themselves. They've spent a lot of money to learn what they learn. No.
Most of the trainers that me and you know, a lot of them, I'll see 2 or 3 times a year, them going to other trainers, even though they've been doing it for 20 years, they're still taking advanced courses. Some of them even go back and take remedial courses or basic courses just to brush up and they're paying for all that.
Yeah. I used to assist in teaching NRA classes. I was not the main instructor. I was his assistant. I didn't feel like getting that rating. I didn't want to move up. But I would assist in 2 to 4 classes a year just because it kept me fresh in it.
Yeah. Brush up. Yeah. I mean, it's
Hunter ed classes. I taught mainly at one club with one group of guys, but 2 times a year, I'd make it a point to go to different guys I knew who were instructors and go to their place and assist them in teaching their class. Because you know what? Some of the stories you hear, you get to tell, some of the ideas of comparisons you make to get the people to understand. As an instructor, once you get your rating, you got to keep learning.
yeah. Well, something I say, and I say it to my music students. I don't do it as much anymore. Matter of fact, I hadn't done it in a while.
Yeah, I haven't heard a guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little bit yesterday.
Yeah. But the big thing that I always say is no matter how basic somebody is, they always have something to teach you.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth. So going to these courses, man, we can't stress enough about
Be a responsible gun owner. Learn the safety. You need to go and take a test to get a driver's license. You have to not only a written test, so you know I can't think of the word or term I want to use, but you also got to take a physical test where you drive the vehicle. Yeah. I mean, and demonstrate that you are a safe driver and know the rules of the road.
Yeah.
No different with firearms. The tests aren't required in firearms. That's what makes it
in most
more important
mm-hmm.
to go out and learn. Just because a test isn't required doesn't mean you shouldn't go to a course.
Well, a lot of states do have requirements on that.
Maybe for concealed carry, some of them for just general gun ownership. New York City does.
Yeah.
New York State, not yet. Florida for concealed carry, you have to take a course.
Yeah. Well,
but that's concealed carry. That's not gun ownership.
I think all the states that border us, you have to, don't you?
I think so. I know that there's actually only a few, I think, that are like us, where you just go and
was it
New
do
York
a background check?
New York
basically.
State, all you got to do is apply for your permit, unless you're in New York City.
You know what? While we're on this subject, good for Idaho.
Oh yeah,
good for Idaho.
Yeah.
Consider just carry, unlicensed carry your gun.
Yeah, because if you license the carrier, you're registering the gun. It might be only with the local sheriff.
Yeah,
but that's still a
registration. Well, it depends on how it's done.
Yeah, well, you're not. Well, what he's saying is you're not actually registering a gun, but you're telling somebody, hey.
Well, yeah, you're telling somebody that you got.
But good for Idaho, man.
Yeah,
the rest of the states really need to get on board and start on that train, man.
Yeah. Well, the ninth.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but.
Well, the last time I read the Constitution, the Second Amendment didn't say you had to have a course or a license.
Oh, and good for the courts too. Like, what was it this past week?
Yes, all
weapons.
Yeah,
I don't necessarily like.
Well, that was
weapons, but
that was what was that? It was that case.
It was East Coast state,
Massachusetts,
something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. And the court said. Rifles, shotguns, handguns, knives, slingshots, bow and arrows, spears,
and
swords.
I think it was specifically about tasers, though. Wasn't that the issue?
Yeah, tasers was the one that came up this time.
But they said all those are protected.
Yeah. And that is an ideal situation.
Because that's another thing about the Second Amendment. It doesn't say firearms. It says arms. Yeah. And arms are anything.
Yeah.
You know, that ruling also broke down the barrier of, they were talking about period correct stuff. That ruling also said, no, that's not the fact.
No, the Constitution didn't restrict you to what they had in the Revolutionary War.
The basic thing is that if it did, then the First Amendment would only apply to parchment and pen.
Yeah.
And not only that, the Second Amendment was written so the people could bear arms.
Mm.
And for the militia was the
Yeah.
people.
We
It was not-
understand basic grammar.
Yeah, it
I mean,
was. Well,
yeah.
the courts don't. The courts don't. The militia is not the National Guard, the state National Guard, or a government-run state militia. The militia is the people.
Yeah. And yeah. And by the way, I'd like to say this again, another disclaimer. By posting this video and by reaming its ass, we are by no means whatsoever discrediting militia. We're in no means trying to put down at all, period. Well, if anybody reads my Facebook page,
Oh,
they know
no.
that. Well, yours too, and
We're-
yours.
We're discrediting
Their training method.
this
particular
specific
group's-
training method.
or
Well, you know what?
not even the training method. This particular group's implementation of this training.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. I guess that is a better word for it, because it should be, the training should be regulated.
Okay, let's be careful with it. The training should be supervised by
Well, that's what I mean, by the
That's-
militia,
that's-
by
well,
somebody.
well,
Somebody-
by someone who
Yeah.
is advanced enough to put this together safely, to come up with a safe course of fire and a way to keep everybody safe.
There's a reason there's a thing
Excuse
called
me.
a range safety officer book.
Yeah.
Range book.
Yeah.
This is what you do.
Well, see,
And it damn sure ain't push your buddy down while he's got a freaking SKS. Is that what that was? I can't even remember.
I saw an AR.
No, I think the guy that was laying on the dirt was an SKS, wasn't it?
I wasn't paying attention to his
I don't
gun.
think it was
I
in that
busy-
video.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
it wasn't. Okay,
I don't
might
think
be
so in
thinking about
that
another
one.
video. It really
It may-
doesn't
I
matter
think
what,
in one of the
what rifle he
videos,
could have had a
the guy
pellet
did have
gun.
a
I don't
whip.
give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't push your buddy.
While he's shooting. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea.
Or throw dirt in his face. I
Don't throw
mean,
dirt
they
in
were
his
they were
face.
pushing him and throwing dirt in his face. And
And throwing a Coke can. The dude even had a Coke can, was running beside him with a Coke can, got done with the Coke, I guess, and chunked it at him. And then the one dude was joking or was making proud comments about how he hoped his brass hit him.
oh yeah. He's like, oh, you may get some brass, and he's like, oh yeah, my brass is going.
Yeah.
I hope my brass gets him.
Now, see that now me and Daryl were out shooting our ARs.
Yes.
And I shot, and then Daryl took his turn, and not thinking, we were pretty close together. And
I'm sorry.
don't worry about Daryl. I've been around shooting and shot enough and trained enough that when Daryl's brass started raining down on me and going in my shirt and bouncing off my nose,
My bad.
I didn't
dude.
even flinch. I didn't even flinch. So yeah, training is a good thing because it teaches you not to react in a bad way to certain things, but it's got to be conducted safely. This was not training. This was just totally accident. When Daryl
Yeah.
realized he was raining brass on
Yeah.
me, he quit real quick.
Yeah.
But I didn't yell at him because I didn't want to startle him or attract his attention to me because he's shooting a gun. I don't want the guy who's shooting a gun to all of a sudden turn and look at me.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, he's going to point the gun where he turns.
Yeah. I got to say, too, it's not nice to rain brass down on the person beside you. It's not nice.
Even on a firing line where you're spaced out correctly and everything, it's going to happen.
Oh, hell, those two rifles, man. Both of our rifles are chunked
holy
brass from
cow.
you slamming the other side of the yard out there, dude.
Yeah, they did. They
pretty ridiculous.
They threw them real well. Those are some good rifles.
But yeah, guys, this I don't even know, man. For God's sake, please learn how to be safe. Please learn how to value someone else's life to the point where you don't want something bad to happen.
Okay, even our military in live combat training, you know, where you see them crawling under the barbed wire with explosions going off next to them and stuff. They used to use real bullets, real with men shooting them, and they would shoot inches above their head. They quit that because every now and again, one of those soldiers would panic and pop his head up or stand up. Every now and again, one of the instructors would not lose control of his firearm just a little bit and maybe shoot a little low.
Or just have a stray round.
Yeah.
Just that round that goes down.
Yeah. I mean, and they stopped that because they had people killed and injured. I mean, that was basic combat training. No, that stuff's advanced combat training, what these guys are doing. And we're talking guys, okay, yeah, you can go into the military and within a year or two be taking that kind of training. But the whole thing behind that is that's all you've done for a year or two is train and build up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, you are literally training 5 days a week, 6 and 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's a completely different animal though than this.
Well, that's what I mean.
mean.
These guys should not have been out there doing this.
No.
And I'll tell you something else too, man. I am going to drag something else up. I'm not going to throw somebody under the bus by saying this, but I do want to say this. If you are planning to take a group of people to another place, remember that you are going to their land.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are going to their land. Don't go over there gung ho with your ass firmly seated between your own damn lips.
And I've been known to do that now and again.
Dude,
not with a gun though.
this is what's going to end up happening. This is a personal note. This is what's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up, just laying it all down. And not on a shot talk because this ain't the place for it. And I'm trying to keep my mouth shut. I
understand. It's
hot as hell.
I know it's hard. But yeah, that what you're talking about there, those people have no business in even their disrespect aside. They still have no, because they are pretty much exactly the same as the group in this video.
Yeah.
Even if they may not have affiliation, they may or may not have
I'm gonna have to hear this
with this group, but they have no business going down there.
No.
And they don't need to be out there.
No.
I mean, even if they do have a we're given an invite or whatever they claim, then they do not need to be down there.
Just to be frank, they need to back the fuck up.
Yeah.
And just say, okay, this ain't a good idea.
Yeah. See, these two guys are young. They're still out and about and talking. I'm the old guy, man. I get done with work at 6. I'm at home eating dinner and crawling in bed.
I can't because my damn phone does what it's doing right now all day long. Check this out, Tracy.
Hey, see, I'm old school. I grew up with payphones. We didn't carry cell phones, and I still don't.
Let's see. Hold on just a second. Shannon Vita out of Arizona is listening to us, and she says, listening to y'all, thank you, Shannon, just call them dumbasses.
We have at least.
We have
a few times.
We're trying to watch the expletives,
and we've had several people to say that, and and it's one of these deals too. Everybody's not really sure what's going on. They're just listening. They're taking our word for a lot of this stuff. Yeah. And or you know what? I don't know. They may have watched the video.
Well, I've posted the video a few times,
and I'm not going to call
people who've joined late or whatever.
I'm not going
to let them see the video.
Okay,
cool. So that they can watch the video to know what we're talking about.
I won't call them all dumbasses. There was quite a few of them there that had no common sense. But quite honestly, some of these people might have been. This might have been only their first or second experience with firearms. We don't know.
They may have been completely trained
from the get-go
incorrectly from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that common sense would tell you that this stuff is wrong, that you would know better than to do this or what. And there may be a certain amount of it that is, but you got to remember that we've been around firearms
conditioning
all of our lives.
And we've been
taught properly.
Yes.
So
by good people who respected a firearm for what it is.
So
I'm not laughing at this situation. That's what I'm laughing at. Look at that.
Daryl's gonna be busy tonight.
473 messages.
Oh wow.
What the hell? I didn't miss phone calls out the end.
Yeah, I bet.
But you know, these people may have been incorrectly taught from the beginning, where
And skipped over.
so there
stages
may
of
be
training.
stuff here that we look at and we say any idiot can see that that's wrong, but
Yeah, we got to look at it as someone.
if I
who
had not
knows
been around
nothing.
firearms all my life, would I know that some of it I'm pretty sure anybody could tell, but some of
Well,
it you might not know that
had
that's
you
a
not-
wrong way of doing
Yeah,
something.
Had you not been around responsible firearm owners.
Yeah, especially if they're telling you, like they told the guy, "Oh, everything's safe. I'm gonna be shooting over
I'm gonna
here,"
I'm gonna be shooting over here,
and then he shoots right beside your
by
head.
Hey, hey guys, I'm gonna be devil's advocate real quick. Okay.
Go for it.
A rabbit is born and lives in the briars with the snakes, but it knows damn well that the snake will eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. I mean,
That's true.
I mean,
but see,
well,
they're
I'm
against
just-
natural selection.
I'm
Because
just trying to.
I'm sure there's that rabbit that goes up and tries to cuddle with the snake
yeah?
and makes friends with
I'm
it.
trying to
Yeah.
wrap my head around how
Oh, I know.
somebody
and I know where you're
could
coming from.
allow that.
I was
to
just giving the other
continue.
spin.
Yeah,
Someone who's got
because-
a driver's license and graduated high school. Well, maybe graduated high school.
Hell, that don't even matter. I mean, fucking dumbasses, dude.
I
Holy
mean-
shit. Listen here. You know what? I hope that they're listening. They're fucking dumbasses.
Yeah, because it doesn't take that
thing
much
that,
research. It doesn't take that much research. All you got to do is type in firearm safety into any search engine nowadays.
if they
Or-
did that, they would not be out there to
Exactly
start
right.
with.
You're
Exactly. Or go
You're
to
right.
your. Hey, you know what? They still have these buildings called libraries. They have these things in them called books. They have paper with printed words on them.
But
And you can go to the library. I guarantee you'll find a book with firearm safety.
here's
in
the
it.
thing, though, dude. Here's the thing, too. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably about to piss some people off right there. But you got these jaded firearm guys that are going to say, don't listen to Larry Vickers. He don't know what he's talking about. Don't listen to Yeager. He don't even have a single clue as to what's going on. Let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody's got to say about Zero. I don't care what anybody's got to say about Tomar or the Israeli guys that I can't remember, the
don't
guys that's
remember.
here now in
Yeah.
Alabama.
I don't remember their name.
Dude, you know what? Watch and listen to what they say about gun safety, even if they have exhibited in the past a bad decision. That
Yeah.
does not demonize their full career.
We're human. We're going to make a bad choice now and again.
Yeah. If you want to know about serious,
But if you keep repeating that bad choice,
yeah.
like these guys on
Yeah.
this range did,
Yeah.
you're a dumbass.
and by the way, these are repeated offenses because that was you'll look,
There's more than
It's-
one
There's
video.
more than one video.
it's more than one day.
Yeah,
The uploads.
and there's unlisted videos also.
Oh
in
yeah.
there, yeah, that also show some of that stuff. And there's see, one thing that a spin that I did not want to come from this
Did we do?
is that that it was going to paint a picture of, you know, this is the kind of shit that goes on down here,
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not
and
down
that
here.
looks like what's being.
No.
I've seen a little bit of
Yeah.
stuff over here
I
in the
know,
chat,
I'm going to correct some
and
of them
no,
guys.
Dano, that is not
Yeah.
the way that we act around here.
No.
We are
Yes.
condemning these people.
I'm from New York, and I grew up in the woods in New York and around shooters and hunters. And you know what? We got dumbasses in New York too that do this shit. You get dumbasses that come out of the city, New York City, the city of Buffalo. They get out into they buy 5 acres of an old farm, and they get out there and they do this shit. And I can tell you right now, we had one of them dumb idiots a quarter mile down the road from me. They had 20 acres. Okay. The man was out shooting a 44 auto.
Oh, this
Okay.
is a bad
Okay.
story. I remember this one.
Okay. And that's fine. That's great. He was shooting into a mountainside. There was no way the bullets were ever going to go anyplace other than into that mountainside. He let his 5-year-old son shoot it. He put the 44 auto in his 5-year-old son's hands and let him shoot it. The recoil from that gun, the kid tried to control it. The muzzle ended up under the child's chin. When he was trying to control the gun, he pulled the trigger again, shot his head off, and shot his father in the arm. Now, the local authorities and prosecutors could have charged the father, but they decided seeing his son blow his own head off because of his dumbassery was enough punishment. I don't think it was enough. I think he should have got the damn 5 years in jail and been convicted of manslaughter.
That's on par with this too.
Yeah.
It's the same level of this shit.
Yeah.
What is this? This stuff is the stuff that happens here. This stuff happens everywhere, people. Just because you're jaded enough to think that it doesn't happen in your town, I promise you.
Yeah, there's somebody there that
happened.
they just hadn't put it on video yet.
Yeah, just because we're talking about it down here in South Alabama, don't think it don't go on in New York State, Massachusetts, Wyoming, Idaho, Texas, the Carolinas. It happens every place. And I'm sure there's some damn fools down in Mexico and up in Canada doing the same thing, and someone in Australia.
Yeah, there is. There absolutely is.
Well, wait a minute. Australia, you can't own guns.
It would even be worse probably there. I bet you. I mean, anywhere. You know what? I'm going to take that back. It wouldn't be worse there. It isn't worse anywhere. Anybody with this mentality. By the way, this doesn't just apply to the firearm industry. This applies to every single thing that you can possibly do. Pure dumbass is dumbass. I don't care which way you spin it. So the folks out there that are jaded enough to think that everybody where I live is perfectly safe with everything. They never do anything wrong. I tell you what, kiss my ass.
Here, I'll tell you one. When I was growing up, we had this guy called Evil Knievel. He used to get on a motorcycle and fly up ramps at 60, 70, 80 miles an hour and jump over semis, buses. Hell, he even got a rocket motorcycle and jumped the Snake River Can't. Well, wait a minute. No, he didn't jump it. He crashed into it. But one of the things he'd say, and the announcers and everybody say, don't do it. Kids, don't do this. Don't copy me. I've been doing this all my life. I didn't start out jumping 10 Greyhound buses on a motorcycle. I started out with a bicycle with a ramp that was 2 inches high and nothing in front of me on grass, you know?
Yeah, and then dumbasses like me and Gabriel Flowers watch him on TV, and then we go out there with our bicycles and try to do it.
Oh, you want to know even better? I watched him finish a jump. I think he was jumping the fountain in Vegas, and it was on in the morning because it was a taped version. And I had a broken leg. I had just had my leg casted 3 days earlier. That's why I was inside watching TV. Otherwise, I'd have been out playing and would have never seen it. Well, I dragged my tricycle up onto our porch, which was 4 foot high. Didn't have any railings because you know what? When this house was built and stuff, they didn't have codes to put railings on them and stuff. And I thought I could get my tricycle up to speed and right off the end of that porch and land fine. Yeah, I landed fine, upside down, tricycle on top of me and rose bushes below me.
Yeah.
And my mama came out, and I don't know why I didn't get my hide tanned. I should have.
Because you know what, man? I think I think I'm pulling a moral out of that story that you may not have meant. Probably because she knew that you would get a little bit older and you would not pull dumbass moves like that.
A little bit older. Hell, I didn't do that ever again.
Well, no, that's what I mean. You know, it's
common sense. That's when I learned common sense for real.
Yeah, and we got to see people do stupid stuff and we learn from it, right? So I'm really hoping that this video right here, people watch this and learn from it.
I hope this is not one of those videos that 150 years from now, when people just get gun rights back or just find guns again, they don't see that and say, oh, this is what we're supposed to do.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, it won't last long.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone would be smart enough to figure it out.
You know what time we stopping right this second? Let me go ahead and say, if you're at Facebook, checking out the feed. If you're on YouTube, check out the feed. Go to www.gunchannels.com /Andalusia Armory. If you're on Gun Channels and you'd like to check out our Facebook page, please go to facebook.com /Andalusia Armory. The YouTube channel's there. And And Sean keeps telling me that we need to remember to do this, but please like the videos. Please subscribe to our channel. It'll let you know when we're having a live stream. And we have this thing every Tuesday, 6-ish.
6-ish, because depending on how the equipment, well, not even the equipment, how our excellent CenturyLink's internet works.
Yeah.
And our equipment, our desktop is almost as old as me.
Oh yeah. Hey, Sean, won't you give a plug on how to get into gun channels and how to it's free for membership there.
Just go to gunchannels.com and you can register and get in on the lobby chats, listen to and interact with tons of shows.
Yeah. If you like AKs, it's the place to be.
Oh yeah.
Have you had a chance to watch or to listen to the AK show?
No,
What is the AK Guru? Is that what the name of the show is, Sean?
Yeah. AK Gurus.
I told you, I get done with work, I go home, I eat, I go bed.
Well, I don't always get to listen to it while it's going on either, but you know what I mean? You can go to GWeb's page and you can watch it after it's done.
Yeah, it's on the YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can blow off work tomorrow and just listen?
Yeah, I reckon.
I have for the past 2 days.
I tell you what, dude, my head feels like after I get home tonight and go to sleep, I might not wake up till 12 or 1 tomorrow.
Good for you. My head's swimming right now. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to sleep.
Mm.
We are 20 after.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Well, do we got any last things? JC Berdoo, JCBERDOO. Look it up on Facebook. We'll have some links in the YouTube description. That's the big concert series coming up later in the year.
We'll put some stuff up on our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be benefiting
veterans.
Yeah.
Before I forget about it again, we need to do a DPG, the daily patch giveaway.
Okay.
Yeah, we got patches now.
Well, are we doing it for?
We're doing it for gun channels, and you need to remind you to get those out to GWebs.
Yeah, I'll have Julie ship some out. We'll have her do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, that'd be good. So
we're picking somebody out of the page.
Yeah, and I don't recognize Ted Parkin. So Ted Parkin, go to gunchannels.com/DPG and fill out the form. You just win yourself a patch.
Let's give him a hand. Y'all will be getting the Andalusia Armory patches will be thrown in there.
Yes. Soon.
Yeah, we'll get those out. Let's put it this way. We'll package them up and address them tomorrow. They probably won't get shipped till the next day.
Yeah, you're probably right. Julie will probably put them in the mailbox Thursday morning.
Yeah.
If there's anything that you guys, I guess if you see a news story or something that we may have not looked at, by all means, please Facebook it to us or something. No, I mean, I'm serious, because people see stuff all the time and they're also like, dude, have you seen this?
Did you look at your messages?
Not yet. There's too many of them right now.
That's my point.
Yeah. If this is the first time you're checking out the Shop Talk show, we do appreciate you. And we do appreciate Gun Channels for letting us have a good home there. I guess a shout out to YouTube and Facebook.
Yes, thank you for keeping the First Amendment live and well.
Yeah, indeed. A lot of good stuff going on there. And me and Sean's been talking about, getting the video feed maybe even as early as next week. I think we've got it.
I got to get a haircut.
Well, seriously, I think we've got it all straightened out and figured out. So we might try to do it next week.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that have said something about that on Facebook.
Yeah, once if they get a look at me, they might not want to look again.
Whatever. Have you seen me?
Yeah, unfortunately, I got to look at you every day. Now, you can't leave the door open.
Yeah. If you got any gunsmithing questions, go ahead and be sending Tracy Schmidt a message on our Andalusia Armory Facebook. If you want to send us an email, you can email us at andalusiaarmory@gmail.com. We have a Pinterest account, a Twitter account, and that other thing, Instagram account.
We got an Instagram?
Yeah, man. Sean had me made that thing. What was that? Was that that you had me do?
I don't remember if you've got a personal one, I know. And when I post things on Instagram that have to do with the shop, I always tag it with Andalusia Armory.
Yeah, my
So
nephew
a lot of
was
stuff
down.
that gets posted through the shop may be posted at Fall Creek Prepper
Okay.
on Instagram. And I always tag everything with Andalusia Armory.
There you go.
And
Andalusia Armory needs one. My nephews were down for Easter break to go to the beach, and yeah, they said, yeah, Uncle Tracy, yeah, Facebook, YouTube, no, you said you need an Instagram account.
I thought we had one.
I don't know.
I thought for sure we had one. But as far as the Fall Creek Prepper stuff, you need to plug that.
yeah, well, my Instagram is Fall Creek Prepper. My Facebook page is Fall Creek Prepper. And I've only just started posting a little bit of preliminary stuff that has to do with the holsters, but I've started working on Kydex holsters, and
Yeah, and they're looking good too.
Yeah,
and
we got
mostly
I'm
I'm
going
going to be
back of the shop.
yeah, mostly I'm going to be selling them in the shop, but when I get it set up, I'll be doing orders as well. But
We do here as well, though. If
yeah.
somebody, we have all kinds of cool stuff in stock. We have some long range 308s. When I say the long range 308s, we have an R&D Edge 800 up here.
Yeah.
We've got 50 BMG. We got Steyr AUGs. We got the 17S bullpups. Ruger Mini 14 bullpups. The Kel-Tec RFB and 308. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff up here.
What's the status on the manufacturing?
We're still working on the app.
Yeah. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It is happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening. But if you need to call us, it's 334-222-4867. If you need something shipped out, we can take payment and we can ship it out to your FFL. If it's something like a 50 BMG upper or something like that, or if you're looking for some weird magazines that we got, or maybe some stripped uppers, we can just ship those straight to your house.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a ton of stripped uppers.
Yes.
Yeah. Just remember to call us 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do get calls after and before. It's really weird. We got a really weird thing here because a lot of our business, because we're on this highway right here, it comes from way out of town.
Yeah, it comes from people that are traveling for business headed in and out of Florida.
Yeah. And this time of year,
there's a
spring
lot
break
of business
brings a lot
coming
of
that way.
visitors by our shop.
But we do ship. We are a full service gunsmith. You can send us your rifle, pistol, shotgun, etc., and we can ship it straight back to your house.
Yeah, and we will cut once we get it. If you want, we'll assess it, tell you what we think's wrong, and what it might take to repair it, and give you an estimate, which is an estimate. Now, I'm pretty good. I try to fall within $50 or $60 of my estimates, and sometimes that means we take a little loss on things.
Yeah.
But
our customers are usually happy.
I'd rather take a hit for 20, 30, 50, even $100, especially if it's a $200 or $300 job, and make a customer happy and get their business again, than do like some unethical car mechanics sometimes do. Oh yeah, brake job's only going to be $59. You go to pick up your car. It's $359. You need this, that, and the other thing, and 2 of these for the hell of it.
Well, yeah. Well, hell, we're Andalusia Armory. We're arming America.
At least a portion of South Alabama.
There you go.
As much as we can.
But I guess if you guys got any questions, et cetera, y'all know where to find us. You got our phone number, you got our email address, Yahoo, et cetera. Check out the Fall Creek Prepper stuff. Be on the outlook for those Kydex holsters.
Yeah.
And I'm Daryl Qualls with Andalusia Armory.
Tracy Schmidt.
And Sean Carter.
Good night.
Keep your powder dry.